All right, 3.2 is kind of like the second part of 3.1. It's just a continuation. So not much really new here, just a couple new rules come added in. So now I'm talking about transversals still, but now it's transversals with parallel lines specifically. So we get a lot of properties in here, and you'll be using these in proofs later on. I know you're excited. Proofs are not done yet. Please remain calm. So these theorems, again, were given to you on your sheet. But the first one says the corresponding angles theorem. So it says if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then corresponding angles are congruent. So for all of these theorems here, they're all going to say the same thing. They're always going to say if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal. So for every one of these theorems, this is a rule you're going to learn really quickly here. All of these theorems are going to say the angles are going to be congruent. So corresponding matches up. So 1 and 5. So measure of angle 1 congruent to measure of angle 5. And the same thing with 2 and 6, 3 and 7, and 4 and 8. Those angles are congruent. 1 matches to 5, 2 matches to 6, 3 goes to 7, and 4 goes to 8. So alternate interior angles says the same thing. The alternate interior angles are congruent. So 4 matches to 5, and 3 matches to 6. So now the alternate exterior angles, again, you guessed it, they're congruent. So 1 matches to 8, and 2 matches to 7. And then we have the consecutive interior angles. Only one's different, they're not congruent. They're supplementary. So these two add up to 180 degrees. And these two add up to 180 degrees. All right, so this is actually super easy. It says the measures of 3 of the angles are 120. It's actually 4. If you already know your rules, corresponding angles are congruent. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. Consecutive interior angles add to 180. And from your previous lesson, vertical angles are congruent. What happens here, problems like this, we have what's called lightning bolt. So start with your known angle, which is 120, right? 120 and 4 are vertical. That means 4 is 120 degrees because they're congruent. 4 and 5 are alternate interior, which means they're congruent. So 120. And then 5 and 8 are vertical, which means 8 is also 120. And 120 and 5, those are corresponding, so they're congruent. So here, we want to find the value of x. And there's different ways to approach this. I'm going to show you the fast, easy way. So first, 115 and 4 are vertical. That means angle 4 is 115 degrees. Has to be. Now, we know that angle 4 and this angle down here are consecutive interior angles. So that's x plus 5 plus 115 has to equal 180 degrees. So x plus 120 has to be 180. So x has to be 60 degrees. So same kind of idea here. And again, there are different ways to approach this. It's kind of how you want to do this. Now, angle 1 and this angle down here are alternate exterior angles. That means they're congruent. So I could rewrite angle 1 as 7x plus 9. This is a straight line, which means that 7x plus 9 plus 136 has to equal 180 degrees, because that's a linear pair. So 7x plus 145 has to be 180. So 7x equals 35. So x has to be 5. And again, it said solve for x, so we found x. No plugging in necessary. All right, I'm going to try these two problems real quick here. And that's going to be even more evil to you. I want you, instead of doing what this says right here, use this information, 105. Find all 8 angles based on what they told you in this problem here. The second one, there's new information. So like 1 and 2, use the same diagram, they give you new information. So that means your answers don't apply anymore. So find every angle, 1 through 8, for number 1, and use this information down here to find the new values. So it's super easy. If 1 is 105, that means 4 is 105, 5 is 105, and 8 is 105 because of the lightning bolt pattern, or the zigzag pattern. Boom, 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 lightning bolt. So now, if that side's 105, angle 3 is 180 minus 105. So that would be 75 degrees. Lightning bolt there too. So 75, 75, 75. Okay, so now it says given the measure of angle 3 is 68 degrees. So 68 degrees. And 8 is 2x plus 4. Find x. All right, so this is kind of weird. First thing I'm going to do first is we're going to see if they're congruent, if they're the same angle. Lightning bolt pattern. So boom, boom, boom. Nope, they don't match up. But what we do know is that this one is 68 degrees. So 2x plus 4 plus 68 degrees has to equal 180 degrees. So 2x plus 72 is 180. So 2x equals 108, meaning x has to be 54. Okay, so now you want to figure out which pair of measures do not go the other two. I'll show you the other three and explain how you know. So let's see, 1 and 3, these are corresponding. 2 and 4 are alternate interior. 2 and 3 are consecutive interior. And 1 and 5 are alternate exterior. This. Remember your theorems. So corresponding is congruent. Alternate interior is congruent. And alternate exterior is congruent. This one is supplementary. So of these 4 pairs, it's the only one that's not congruent. So this would be your answer. All right, so we're going to model real life here. So you got sunlight and a drop of rain. It gives you different colors of light from the drop at different angles. So given this diagram here, measure of angle 2 is 40 degrees. All right. So I want you to find the measure of angle 1 and explain how you know. So how do we know this? Well, it's really quite simple. We have the little arrows right here. Remember we said earlier, those arrows mean parallel. So this line actually extends out like this and keeps on going forever. And they're parallel. If they're parallel, that means angle 1 and angle 2 are alternate interior angles, which means they are congruent. The measure of angle 1 is 40 degrees.